Social media is being rigged to censor conservatives. Is that true of Twitter?
No.
I don't know what Twitter is up to. It sure looks like to me that they're censoring people, and they ought to stop it. Are you censoring people?
No.
Twitter shadow banning prominent Republicans. Bad. Is that true?
No.
So just for the record, since you've been singled out as a social media platform before this committee, Twitter undertook no behavior to selectively censor conservative Republicans or conservative voices on your platform. Is that correct?
Correct.
Well, folks, federal law makes it a crime to knowingly and willfully give materially false statements to Congress, and that was Jack Dorsey in 2018, appearing to do just that. Over the last 10 days, Elon Musk has released a series of Twitter files showing that Twitter indeed censored, for instance, the Hunter Biden laptop story, blacklisted conservative voices, removed President Trump's account. He was still president. At the behest of prominent Democrats, or at least the decisions affected by their interactions, used the January 6th protests as an excuse to further silence pro-Trump voices. All of this certainly appearing to be for partisan purposes. Joining us right now, Florida businessman, lawyer, and GOP strategist Ford O'Connell, and host of Money Talk with Melanie Collette. Ford, I'll start with you. Give me your thoughts, and then since you're a lawyer, tell me what the legal consequences might be or should be.
Well, let me start with the Twitter files. I think it's the biggest story of the decade, and the fact that corporate media has not been covering it is absolutely shameful. Twitter clearly tried to harm President Trump ahead of the 2020 presidential election. They censored, blacklisted, whatever you want to call it, conservative voices. And it also appears, based on the deposition that's taking place with Attorney General Landry and Attorney General Smith, that government officials colluded with Twitter to censor online opinion when it came to COVID-19. Look, you have to prove that Jack Dorsey actually knew that he was lying. But the best part is you don't actually have to go after Jack Dorsey. You can go after other folks.
Melanie, your thoughts here.
You know, I was just thinking about this, and no one has brought up whether or not this might be considered an in-kind donation to the Democrat Party on behalf of Twitter. Anytime you are, making these kinds of inroads during an election season, and you are helping a campaign, meeting with people, that's a donation. That's a gift that you're receiving. So it's something to think about. A lot of people could be in trouble.
You know, I think what bothers me as we continue this conversation is it appeared the FBI, Homeland Security, was having regular meetings or discussions. And according to Michael Grimm, who was with us earlier this hour and last hour, that's not normal, Ford.
No, it's not normal. And this is the whole question we talk about, First Amendment principles. What we're seeing is current and former government officials basically backdooring the First Amendment by going to a private company to do what they otherwise couldn't do. And they did it over and over to protect the Democratic Fauci-Biden narrative. And unfortunately, yes, Melanie's absolutely right. This is very likely an FEC violation, but there's also a lot of people in and around the government who might want to lawyer up because Elon Musk apparently has the receipts.
Yeah, and Elon Musk expected to show Twitter had a pro-Fauci bias and banned users who had anything negative to say about the COVID-19 vaccines. And Melanie, we saw him tweet a few days ago, "My pronouns are prosecute Fauci," which I think surprised a lot of people. But, some of this may be hardball.
It should be hardball, too, when you consider the implications of what happened here. Twitter banned, shadow banned, got rid of accounts of people who had alternative views about masking, which Fauci flip-flopped on several times, about doctors' advice. They say follow the science, follow the advice of your doctor. Well, what about other doctors? I think anybody who's been around for a minute knows that all doctors do not have the same opinion, and some doctors are wrong. That's why they call it practicing medicine. So to ban other viewpoints is a totally horrible thing to do and may have cost American lives.